Melchizedec order. The eternal priesthood and kingship of Christ is according to the order of Melchizedec. And there's prophecy that will be fulfilled through this. And this is an explanation about how Christ is both king and priest in the fulfillment and foreshadow of Melchizedek being the king and priest over Jerusalem. In Genesis chapter 14, verse 8, it says, "And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God." And here we see Christ in the same likeness, being of the order of Melchizedek with his bread and his wine. Mark chapter 4, verse 22 through 24. "And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed and brake it and gave to them and said, Take, eat, this is my body. And he took up the cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank of it. And he said unto them, This is my blood in the New Testament, which is shed for many." In the end times, Christ brings forth the bread and the wine as well. And this is when the bride goes out into the wilderness for the 42 months to wait for Christ to come down, bringing forth the bread for the people, but also the wine of the blood of the winepress. "And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had the place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And this is where the manna and bread is promised and found in the book of Revelation on that Exodus. Revelation chapter 2, verse 17. "He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it." And this bread is brought in the end times on that Exodus. And Christ also brings the wine on the treading of the winepress. Revelation chapter 19, verse 15, "And out of his mouth goeth the sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of Almighty God." And here is the wine foreshadowed in the supper. Revelation chapter 14, verse 20, "And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs." Yes, this is the blood of the wicked who fight against Christ on his return, and they will be that wine. There will be bread and there will be wine. And this is Christ, the king of the order of Melchizedek, that will come and bring forth that wine. Isaiah chapter 63, verse 3, "I have trodden the winepress alone, for of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment." So we see these two things offered in the end by the high priest and king, that there will be bread and wine promised. And on Christ's return, he's referred to as a priest and king. Revelation chapter 19, verse 16 says, "And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords." And Christ is also known as the high priest. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 14, "Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast our profession." And Hebrews chapter 5, verse 5 and 6 says, "So also Christ glorified not himself to be made an high priest, but he that said unto him, Thou art my son, today I have begotten thee. As he saith also in another place, Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek." So here we see Christ bringing the bread and the wine. He's the high priest and the king over Jerusalem in the return and to rule over Jerusalem. And this is the fulfillment of Christ becoming the king over Jerusalem and high priest according to the order of Melchizedek, that Melchizedek was a foreshadow of thereof. And we know that this is all going to occur in the end times. And Christ has promised the bread, he's promised the wine, he's promised to come and rule and be the king of peace and the king over Jerusalem, high priest and king. And this is the prophecy that's going to be fulfilled through Christ on his return and taking back and sacking of Jerusalem. And this is the prophecy of the Melchizedek order.